Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing this evening? Hello, hello, hello. I know. I did not have I did not have any luck there. So there we go. Just fixing some things, everybody. Last minute changes indeed. There we go. Now I should be coming out of both speakers. Okay, there we go. So apparently when I signed in on my laptop when I did my random stream up in Tennessee, it changed some things around. All right, so there we go. And now actually I need to do a couple more things because I need to add a filter because I'm probably not that loud. How can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me okay? Let me know and I will boost it in whatever I can. Now, okay, in stereo. Damn right, zoomed. Technically, now it's in mono, but that's for another day. As Riley says, Odin, how are thee, good sir? How's your day been? The day's been okay. I'm exhausted for all the crap that happened yesterday. So I was supposed to start packing today, and I was like, there's no way I can. So I relaxed. I watched a couple of movies. I put a couple of reviews up over on the Welcome to Asgard channel. I'm feeling much better now because I was starting to pass out during one of them. Bruce says, do you own a can of Fix a Flat? Bruce, I saw your comment on the video when I talked about having the flat, and no, I do not have one of those. The biggest problem though is I was literally 2 hours outside of home. I was in my wife's car, and I've never really driven my wife's car before, so I had no idea where any of the things were. When I finally found where everything was, I have a bad back, and so I was already just completely spent. And I just couldn't do it anymore. So that's why we ended up having to call AAA. And also, the spare tire that I could have gotten on by myself only goes 50 miles an hour and is only meant to be on for a short time. So I had to go into Hattiesburg, into the city, go to the first Firestone I went to was closed for some reason. Even though online it says that its hours were till 5, it was closed. Went to a second one, they were open, and literally they finished my car with 10 minutes to go before closing. So thank God for that. Ended up just having them change all of the tires, and yeah, so much better now, and it's very, very infuriating. It's very, very infuriating. It's very, very frustrating indeed. All right, let's see where we are. John Winkler, what's going on, bruv? He says, Odin, good to see you, sir. You aren't stranded anymore. Hashtag old man Odin. Yes, exactly right, man. I am no longer stranded, and it is wonderful. It is beautiful, good sir. It is beautiful. Cynical Centrist, what's going on, man? Says, I didn't see the Beatles movie because the premise seemed lame. Good to hear you liked it. Yeah, I mean, I was the same way. I was not genuinely interested in the film because I like the Beatles, but I'm not a hardcore Beatles fan. And even though I do like the work that has been done by that director, there was something about it where I just was not crazy and really wanting to go out of my way to see it. Finally got to see it today, and it was very good. Again, it was a solid B film. Not the best thing in the world, but I would say it was pretty interesting. Outpost Dyer, what's going on, bruv? He says, hello there. What's going on, man? Good to see you. And Outpost Dyer, we will be having our Patreon exclusive live stream, hopefully this coming Sunday. My goal is going to be to pack the truck with all the stuff, except for my computer, except for my laptop, because I'm actually going to be bringing up my entire computer setup other than my laptop and my microphone to Tennessee this week because I have a meeting to go to. That way I can just not have to worry about it being packed in the back and getting destroyed. It's going to be like the front seat with me when I go up next time. So I'll have my portable setup with me at home for about a week or so, or for a few days. And but anyway, so Sunday evening, Central Standard Time is when we're looking to have that stream, and I will keep you guys posted on that. Rosetta Allen says, to quote another character from the Horde Woman, so this is how Marvel dies, to thunderous applause. No wokeness, no go broke, go woke, duck Fisney. Oh, absolutely. This is definitely entering into that territory, no question about it. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Let's see. Super says, much better. Hello there. How are you, good sir? Super Anime Gamer, I am doing just fine. People are saying good, sounds good. Please make sure you let me know if it's okay. I can give it a boost, a gain boost if you need me to. So just let me know about that. I'll of course listen back on this live stream and see whether or not I really should or not. I think not having the windscreen is possibly helping the volume a little bit more. So the windscreen that I've had for over a year, since the very beginning of the channel, since the Blue Snowball days, finally broke and died today. So I had to buy a new one just in case, just to have it. So I'm glad to hear that everything is going through okay. Let us see what we've got going on over here. Let me go back there. And my D-Live people, I see you over on D-Live. I'll be getting to y'all guys in a second. Mr. Peabody is here. Frank the Tank and the Shawnee Winter Clan is here. Tina is here as well. What's going on? What's going on? Star Wars Dad says, I have heard the worst news today. My uncle is an Imagineer at Disney World. He said he has heard plans that D&D are going to use Sith alchemy so characters can change genders at will. Well, dear Lord Star Wars Dad, I pray to the Lord that is not true. If they go in that direction, I mean, I don't think even the most moderate of fans could defend it. Yeah, 70B still at work. She will be joining us later. Aiden Vickery says, so, you have been keeping your daughter quiet, Odin. Are you ashamed of Lady Thor? She is not a part of my family. Like, legitimately, she is not my daughter, yet somehow, some way, she can become 4. Okay, sure, Disney. Sticky V says, if you have the power, please rain lightning on this self-destructive MCU. I wish I felt less angry about that former interest of mine. I really do wish I felt the same way. I wish I could be hopeful. I wish I could be positive. But at the end of the day, all we're left with is just the nonsense that has come out from all the other things. Tech Guy, thank you very much, Tech Guy, for the $5 donation. Says, Odin Bear Hug. Thank you very much, Tech Guy. Says, so I watched Angry Joe's reaction to the Picard trailer. He broke it down with the info I didn't know, but it's scary, so it's scaring me so much. He's mentioned screams, woke, even possible Trump direct thing, though seeing Picard and cameos feels. Oh, no, for sure. I think that Picard is going to be an interesting case, because I think it's going to do well solely because people are going to want to see Picard. People are going to want to see Patrick Stewart playing Picard again. But if the story isn't good, if the show does not go in a constructive direction and does not go in a direction that's going to keep the interest of the fans, I don't even think he and his presence is going to be enough. Even my wife, who's a giant Next Generation fan, even she says, yeah, she just saw the poster and she said, I don't know how to feel about it. And she does not like her big criticism. I don't like that he's not in uniform. I don't like that he's not a part of Starfleet. So I think that is going to be a huge thing and a huge reason why a lot of people are going to be pissed off about it. Darth Morrill says, one movie I'm extremely excited for is Christopher Nolan's Tenet, and it stars the new Batman, Robert Pattinson. I mean, I think Christopher Nolan always does good things, so I'm excited for it as well. G-Monkey76 says, way off topic, but I was able to find Tim Tams at Target. Do you know if they taste the same as the ones from Down Under? Good luck with the house, and sorry about the tire. Thank you very much, G-Monkey76. I have not had Tim Tams from the U.S., at least bought from the U.S., so I could not tell you. Rosetta Allen says, it's okay, I can't change tires with my spine. It's always a question of knowing how to or not. Yeah, see, I usually can if I know what I'm doing and I know how much force I need to put on there. But if I'm in that place where I'm having to fight the damn thing, my back will flare up. And that's exactly what happened because she has one of those locks on there. And so I had to find the damn key, and she doesn't know where any of this stuff is because she never changes her tires. She always gets AAA to come out, which again, I understand because the times that she has been caught or the times that she has gotten flats, she was been on the side of a busy road. And it's, of course, it's terrifying, especially for people like us we have anxiety. So I totally understand why she did that. But at the same time, too, I was so frustrated because I'm like, I need to know where your stuff is and you don't know. It's so infuriating. Bruce says, bad back, I do understand. I don't change tires anymore myself either. Yeah, I mean, again, as I said, if it was my own car, I could have changed it no problem because I know my car. And also the spare I have, last time I checked, is a legit tire and not just a random spare. Let's see. The Senate says, press F in the chat for Beta Ray Bill is better Thor than garbage Jane Foster. Well, at least Beta Ray Bill is an alien, and so you can at least justify him being able to wield the damn thing. When you have, for example, Captain America wielding the hammer, guess what? He's a super soldier, so it makes sense that he would be able to hold that hammer and be able to do all the things with it. So it just bothers me so much because, what was the best image at a Comic-Con was seriously seeing Natalie Portman holding the hammer, and she's there looking like, and again, I don't body shame, I don't believe in that, but I'm actually worried for her health because of how thin she is. Like that's like scarily thin. So it's not me mocking her because she's thin, it's me saying I want her to be healthy. And I mean, again, I don't know, but even with that being the case, how can that be able to kick anyone's ass? Even if you have powers, it doesn't make sense. I'm so sick and tired of this nonsense. It's getting so bad. See, Rosetta Allen says, Lady Thor. Apparently, you can't say Lady Thor anymore. You can't say that. You can't say Lady Thor or female Thor because that's offensive. That is offensive now, according to these idiots in the media. Can you think of anything more truly cultural appropriating? Literally stealing a culture's religion and rewriting it for politics and money. They never do that to African tribes. Oh, no, they never would. That's why for Black Panther, you're never going to see them play around with it, ever. You're never going to see them do it. But this one specifically, it bothers me is because there are some people that are actually defending it, saying, oh, well, it's been in the comics since 2014. Oh, really? You mean 2 years after Disney took over Marvel? Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that even though it was woke then, now, because it was in the comics, it's not woke. No, it was woke then, and it continues to be woke now. Bruce says, oh, the look of Padme's face was encouraging, not... Oh, man. Dude, we were rocking and rolling already, man. Rocking and rolling. And there's a lot of things that I need to talk about. With Patreon especially, there's a big thing going on with Patreon right now, and it's going to lead to me having to rethink the platform, to be perfectly honest. And I'll get you guys posted on that in a little bit when I caught up with more of these comments. And let me go over to show my love to my D-Live people. I love my D-Live people. Mr. Roy, Captain Mr. Roy, thank you very much, man. Thanks for being here. Phone Nemo, I got y'all. Bot says, what did you think about the Star Trek trailer? Not watched it, have no interest in it anymore. I've always been more of a casual fan of Star Trek, and so I just have no desire to see any of it. Fat Elvis says, it's so much easier to think the MCU stopped at Infinity War. Oh, it really is. Okay, they lost. Hey, that's a fine ending. It's better than the ending that we got in Endgame, where time travel happened. Phonema says, Love and Thunder has to be a placeholder title. It has to be because it's one of the worst titles I've ever heard in my life. You know, everyone's already been making the jokes about how, oh, it sounds like a 70s porn. In a lot of ways, it has that campiness to it, which could indicate that it's a lot of fun because Taika Waititi is the one behind it. But also at the same time, Love and Thunder just does not sound like a good title, especially in the current age of the MCU that we're in. Let's see, Bob, thank you for the 2 lemons, man. Mr. Peabody says, if you read the back of the packet, Tim Tams say, made in Australia. Got it, man. Got it. Peabody says, P.S. This time I didn't send Tim Tams, but they are on special. Do I need to do a bulk buy? Peabody, I wouldn't worry about it, man. I probably shouldn't be eating as many as I have been in the first place. Phonemo says, I'm calling her Mistress Thor. Oh, Mistress Thor. I'm sure that's going to make them very happy that you're calling her a mistress. Oh, you can't say that. Alice McCarthy, ScarJo's comments about Future is female. So I saw the vid. It didn't look like she was saying all Brie about it. Just lines given to her, but still it is Star Wars all over again. Oh, no, absolutely for sure. And I mean, no one's going to say, here's the thing. No one who has defended ScarJo has gone on record saying that she is not woke. We know that she's woke. We know her politics. I mean, actors make it very clear where they stand on the political spectrum. The reason why many of us were coming to her defense is, one, because of what she said, but two, she at least is a little bit more graceful about it. You know, she might say those things, but the way she says it, the way she presents herself, the way she presents her arguments is a way where you're like, I think I could have a discussion with you. You know, I disagree with you wholeheartedly, but at least I think I could actually go back and forth and we can talk about these issues. But when you have someone like a Brie Larson and all these other people, they are just so grating. They are just so full of themselves that it's like, no, there's no chance. There's no chance in hell. There's no chance in hell, as my wrestling friends would say, that they would be able to have a legit conversation. Aiden Vickers says, imagine the size check the MCU will have to cut for Robert Downey Jr. in about 3 years' time. Oh, he's coming back. Anyone that thinks Robert Downey Jr. is done, no, they especially when one of the movies announced, which was Doctor Strange, the madness of the multiverse, which to me the madness of the MCU, because right now we are literally living in mad times because everything is just so all over the place. I think that at that point, when you start to talk about and open up the possibility of the multiverse, there you open up the possibility of bringing certain characters back. They may not be the same exact character that died in one specific timeline or one specific universe or however it is that they're going to spin it, but it's still something where they could do something. Grandmaster Yoda says, yesterday stepped over and hit my knee and the hands to bloods in asphalt, and today I got mail with a lead of 4K 3D Blu-ray on So in Paradise. Okay, so it sounds like, again, I couldn't understand the first part of that, Grandmaster Yoda, but it sounds like you fell over and got hurt, but you got your 4K Alita Blu-ray, and so now you're happy. And again, I hear you, man. Guys, tomorrow, for my people in the States, tomorrow, Alita Battle Angel goes officially live, 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, Steelbook edition, if they're even still available. So tomorrow I'm picking up my copy. I'll be vlogging that. I'll also be vlogging my hour drive outside of New Orleans to pick up 2 Steelbook copies, one of which was for Tina. So, Tina, I'm grabbing your copy tomorrow as well. And, yeah, make sure you guys go support it. And also, please, go film. If you have a YouTube channel, go and film your local Best Buy, that especially for the Steelbooks, or any other local shops to say, hey, this is how Alita's selling right now, and compare it to other films. I personally am going to compare it to Captain Marvel because, to me, there's a lot of similarities that can be said. They both have strong female characters. However, only one movie actually has a strong female character that's well flashed out, while the other one has, Brie Larson. John Wheeler says, yeah, Batman Beyond is getting a remaster release. Yes, I heard about that, and I am very, very, very excited because I've never seen it, but I would love to own it on Blu-ray one day. Michael Martinez says, summer 2020 looks very good for movies. Wonder Woman 84, Top Gun Maverick, and Tenet. It should hopefully be a good time for film. I hope so, man. That Top Gun trailer, man, is freaking awesome. The fact that he's actually driving, dude, the fact that you have a 57-year-old actor actually riding a jet for a movie is awesome. Is so damn cool. Tom Cruise, despite his craziness and despite what anyone might say about him, no one can deny that this dude is the only real live action star hero in Hollywood these days. How many other actors can you point to that are doing all of their own stunts and who are doing stunts as crazy as Tom Cruise is? We need more of that. Honestly, we need this younger crop of people to actually step up and do something, because if this guy can do it in his 50s, dear Lord, they can do it. I mean, there's so many other people that could definitely do it. It's crazy. And guys, y'all are crazy right now because I am just so far behind in the chat. It's ridiculous. Senate says, she needs a burger or two. John Wiggler says, Odin, I recently saw a review saying Endgame is a perfect movie. Triggered. Dear Lord. No, it's not. Anyone that says it's perfect is just ignoring the entire plot. Good job. You ignored the plot. Good job. You kind of need one of those. And it kind of needs to be consistent. Dart Morrow says, this is crazy, but Tenet could break $1 billion because it also reported budget of over $200 million. Probably good. Again, I think that Christopher Nolan has the ability and the capacity to make billion-dollar projects. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see a movie that's not Disney-owned make $1 billion because it's kind of a rarity these days. Rosetta Allen says, don't you love how them doing in the comics a few years ago makes it so okay to do it? I know, seriously, like, okay, they did it in the comics, and yet that gives it value, and yet that makes it okay? No. I mean, they could do so many other things in the comics, and that would not make it okay. You know what else they did in the comics? They rebooted Captain Marvel's character like between 6 and 8 times. And yet people thought, oh, but that means people like her character. No, you don't reboot a character that many times, and then you don't have those poor sales like they had for that story, and then expect it to be doing well. Let's see. Cynical Centrist says, who would you cast as Lady Thor? Someone with blonde hair and a more Thorish build? Yeah, you know what? To be honest, if we're going to do proper... And I would not call her Lady Thor. I would rather it be another Asgardian, and I would be okay with that. If a fellow Asgardian was able to hold the hammer and have those powers, I don't want them to be called Thor. Like, to me, Thor is an actual person. The powers are one thing, but the Thor is an actual name of a person. And yes, I have a perfect person in mind. And she played one of the coolest characters on Game of Thrones, Brienne of Tarth. That actress would be a perfect fit because I would believe that she could whoop a lot of people's ass, especially wielding the hammer, and especially if they were able to establish that she was actually Asgardian or any other alien race other than humanity. The humanity taking over, it doesn't work. It does not work. Peter Davison, what's up, Aussie? Peter Davison says, do people at MCU really think that Natalie Portman is Thor? Yeah, apparently they do, and they're crazy. Darth Morrill says, I'll be honest, I'm not as bothered about Lady Thor. However, if they decide to make Thor look dumb, then show the finger to Chris, then I'll have a problem. Oh, they will. I mean, they've already done that. They've already shown fat Thor. So what do you think they're going to continue to do? He was still fat at the end of Endgame. Rosetta Allen says, every day I'm more proud. I am not shilling my money out to this garbage. Seriously, I was rewatching Yellowbeard and wondering how it would be boycotted today. Yeah, it's so sad. You can't make the movies that you were able to make back in the day. Tina says, it does sound like 70s porn or Hallmark romance. Love and Thunder. That's so stupid. And I'm not sure about why Taika Waititi. It's Taika Waititi. Stephanie B says, I got my Alita today. Stephanie B, congratulations. I'm glad that you were able to win a copy, and I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know how it is. Tech Guy says, oh, God, I didn't even think, what if Tessa Thompson goes gay and the new Thor is gay? Hey, did you not hear what she said? So apparently in an interview, Tessa Thompson said that as the new king of Asgard, yes, she's labeling herself as a king, she needs a queen. In context and in talking with and about Lady Thor. So that could be a character arc, and it could be a plot point that they try and go for, which would be incredibly awful. Phonema says, what is this? These titles that seem like too much if a bother to say. I know, seriously, like these titles are crazy. I think that the Doctor Strange one is a complete mouthful. Like, seriously, do they want people to be excited for these movies? I cannot wait. I wish I was working at the movie theater when people go to see the next Doctor Strange movie, because I can tell you this right now, because people butchered names all the time at the box office. I don't know what names are going to come up with Doctor Strange 2, because it's going to be Doctor Strange, can I get tickets for that Madness movie? Can I get a ticket? Can I get tickets for that multiverse or multi something? The multi something movie. Guaranteed to happen, because as I said on my tweet, which apparently pissed off some people, but it is true, general audiences are stupid. I still stand by that comment. Seeing what movies are making money and seeing the things that sometimes they say, I stand by my comment. I worked at the box office. I heard so many things. Peabody says, can we open the box today? Want to make sure you get something when you wake up to the sun. Peabody, yes. I have it literally right next to me, dude. I literally have been trying to catch up with the chat so that I can open it. But as you can see, the chat has been pretty hopping for a lot of this. So, yes, definitely opening it today, though. Captain Darkstar says, just no two ice cream. Thank you very much, Captain Darkstar. I appreciate that. Phone Nemo says, you talking about Brienne of Tarth. Brienne of Tarth. Will Gentry says, you mean Gwendolyn Christie? Thank you, Will Gentry. Yes, Gwendolyn Christie. I think that she would make sense in a role like that. Again, I don't like Lady Thor or anything Thor, because Thor is Thor. But if she is the wielder of Mjolnir, okay, then you can possibly make an argument. And you know what? I would at least believe that she could whoop up most people's asses. But little tiny Natalie Portman? Hell no. Hell to the no. Frank the Bunny, thank you for the ice cream man. Peabody says, I should be Thor. I am blonde and Aussie. That makes me an alien, says Peabody. Will Gender, thank you for the ice cream. Frank the Clan says, love the thunder. Heck, that's Lethal Lightning's nickname. Damn right, man. Love and thunder. Lethal Lightning, bruv. Will Gentry says, whoops, I totally didn't mean to send that ice cream. Oh, well, I hope it was tasty. Will Gentry, thank you very much, man. Hopefully it was non-licked. In fact, you know what? Frank, I think that me and Lethal should start doing a show called Love and Thunder. Love, Lightning, and Thunder, maybe. Love, Lightning, and Thunder. That would be a fun name. That'd be a fun duo to do. All right, guys, so I'm caught up on DLive. I am going to catch up on YouTube to the best of my ability, but I do have a package here. This is from Mr. Peabody, my buddy, my friend, Mr. Peabody, longtime viewer of the channel. He sends me stuff from Australia all the time, and this is one that it took a while to get to me because of customs issues, because he sent me something that could be seen as an illegal item in some places, and and I appreciate it. He already told me one of the things that's going to be in here, but I don't know everything that's going to be in here. Frank is very excited. Yes. I would love to do a show with Lethal. That'd be fun. I know that he usually streams in the mornings, so I'm not going to be able to do that much. The only problem with that is that he is always... he's in a different spot. He's in a different part of the world and much different time as well. All right, let me try. Okay, I got the package open, but let me go ahead and just read a couple of YouTube chats. Senate says, "Well, I'm glad ADD love. I'm glad add Love and Thunder to my poor." God. Zipper says, "Dude, this weekend sucked. San Diego Comic Con was meh. MCU news sucked. Saw FFH and was disappointed. And I'm stressing that crazy because I got orientation next week and still no loans guy to help me. Oh, good Lord, man. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Loans are awful." Let's see. Ungoliant of Avatar. Lady Thor is only in recent comics. Mighty Thor, not back in the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby days. Hate that people keep saying it happened in the comics. No, that's what I've been saying. When did it happen in the comics? 2014. Oh, 2014 was what? 2 years after Disney acquired Marvel and started to inject even more identity politics into it. It's very easy for us to be able to differentiate something that's traditionally in the comics and something that's not. Well, Johnny says she should be Mistress Thor. God, that we could sit back and laugh as people get really upset about that. The whore. Okay, Lord. Oh, Lord. John Winkler says, "Let's be real, Odin. ScarJo gets hired for her assets, for her talent." I think she's talented. I think she has a lot of talent. I was right. Agreed. ScarJo is woke, but not in your face. Nope, exactly right. Cedar Trixie says, "Love and Thunder could work as a sequel to Tropic Thunder or Beyond Thunderdome. It just does not work as a possible series title." Yep. I agree. Senate says they're doing Secret Wars. I'm calling it now. That's what a lot of people think is going to happen. I know that I've been talking to Drunk 3PO, awesome YouTuber, and he thinks that Secret Wars is going to be the next major thing, and it makes sense based on what he told me. It makes a lot of sense that they would probably go in that direction. So far behind. Oh my God, I'm that far behind. I am so. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so far behind. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy. Let us see what we got. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. You guys are crazy right now. All right, Tina says, I perked up when you said Alita. Woot, thank you, sir. No problem at all. I'll try and send that out sometime tomorrow. Alex McCarthy says, "Got mine today, though you knew that already, and thanks again." Oh, no problem, Alex McCarthy. Glad you were able to win one too. Rosetta Allen says, still have all 10 steelbooks of my Captain Marvel that they have had from day one in our Best Buy as of yesterday. Damn, Rosetta. So I'm assuming you must have talked to somebody and said, how many did you have in stock? How many do you have now? Damn. Super says, if the other steelbook is for me, then thank you, my friend. I can't remember. It's been so far gone. I have all the emails saved. I can't remember who it was from. It may have been you, because there's some people that I ordered it for pickup, and you guys should know who you are. And I gave you all the information. I gave you all the confirmation number. But there was one other person that was asked that asked me to ship it. Bruce says, yes, tomorrow I'll be spending all day watching Alita. Nice, dude. Yeah, all those special features, man. 2 hours worth. John Wiggler says, I'm sorry, Odin. I will pass on Love and Thunder. The only future Thor appearance I'm excited is for potential final boss in the next God of War. Hey, I understand where you're coming from. Stevie V says, comics tank when Disney took over Marvel. Let's hope the same happens with the movies so new creators can fill the void with better stuff. I think that the comics were on the downward turn before Marvel took over. However, it didn't help. You know, in the very beginning, there was a really good relationship between the MCU and comics where they would actually have crossover events that would make more people want to buy comics. And then Disney decided just to go completely woke in the comics, and that was when we found a separation. But now it looks like the comics and the movies are starting to be both woke together. So will that increase sales? Probably not. Darth Marl says, I'm calling it now. Father Tom Cruise will become an astronaut for Mission Impossible 8. Rosetta Allen says, we're selling Marvel comics in over 35 years where the female Thor and Captain stick up the butt. That does not surprise me. Michael Wood says, like I said, they will argue anything they changed from 2008 till now is canon just because it was DC or Marvel labels so frustrating. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Tina says, oh, now that actress would make a good Valkyrie. She's got the build and the style she does. And also, Gwendolyn Christie just seems like an amazing person. Super says, Jane Foster Thor was literally so successful, they've already reversed it. I know. If it's so successful, why is it? Because I don't think it is in the comics right now, right? I don't think there's any active storylines with Lady Thor. David Woodburn. What's going on, David Woodburn? What's up, Odin? By the way, Lady Thor. Some SJW's head just exploded from me saying that it was fake outrage. Yep, they're seriously. There's articles now coming out that Lady Thor is seen as offensive and sexist. Alice McCarthy says, I would agree, gone with Catherine Winnick as for Asgardian with Thor powers. She can whip some butt. I don't know who Catherine Winnick is. Senate says, I'm a comic guy. I don't know if they go away from that what the comic is a little bit, but they don't make much of the story character from the comics is unrecognizable like they did with the Skrulls. Yeah. Darth Morrill says, hell yeah, Brianna Tarth is one of the best female characters, well fleshed out and no wokeness. Bring it on, Lady Thor. Damn right. Seriously, that would have been a better choice. Joan Winkler says, I'm sorry, but I'm not intimidated by Natalie Portman running at me with a hammer. Neither am I. Neither would most people. Especially those frost giants. Rosetta Allen says, so in other words, Tessa believes to rule a land, one must be a king. Talk about disregarding women. Exactly, right? She can't just be Queen of Asgard. Oh, but queen implies historically being below a king. Yeah, seriously. Aiden Vigor says, Lady Thor missed James Bond. Jesus wept. Nice. All right, guys. So I am going to be skipping to the live part of the chat. I'm very, very sorry, but I am going to be opening up this package, and I cannot be crazy far behind, so please do bear with me. So Captain Darkstar to Ice Cream, Frank the Bunny. All right, got y'all already. Frank the Bunny, thank you for the ice cream. Peabody, thank you for the ice cream as well. And all right, cool. So I'm opening up the package now, and I will do the very best that I can to keep up and catch up with your messages on DLive and YouTube after I finish up. So again, this is a package from Mr. Peabody coming all the way around the world from Australia. All right, I know what this first thing is, and I'm very, very excited about it. All right, so this first item, yes, guys, I finally have my own kookaburra. Thank you so much, Peabody. I've been asking him to send me a kookaburra. Of course, he could not send me a real live loop kookaburra or else he'd face jail time. But also, it speaks. It chirps. Oh my God, does it keep going? There we go. That's a very long thing. And Mr. Peabody has to listen to these things all the time in the morning. I remember being on calls with him and hearing in the background, he's like, oh yeah, those are the kookaburras. But I'm very excited to have my very own kookaburra, so thank you so much for that, man. Ever since I was in children's choir when I was younger, there was a song called Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree, and so that's all I've ever known about kookaburras. And so I've learned a lot more from him. So thank you so much, man, for the kookaburra. I cannot wait to I can't wait to show that to my dogs because they're going to flip out when it starts talking. Lazy Tano loves it. Outpost Dyer, does that stuffed animal, whatever it's called, taste like pork? I have not tasted it yet, so I can't imagine. People are saying it's very cute. Oscar says Catherine Winnick is the main actress on Vikings. Okay, I've never watched Vikings. Not my cup of tea. All right, next item. Holy crap, this thing is very dense. He's told me about this. Vegemite. I don't eat my vegetables, and so Mr. Peabody decided to give me some Vegemite. Proudly made in Australia since 1923. What is Vegemite? This thing seems thick. Like, legit thick. It's almost, is this like, I don't know what, I don't want to open it up now. I guess I could. What is this? Oh my gosh. So is it like chocolate? Is it like a dipping sauce? I don't know what this is. It might be veggie. Will Gender says, oh man, are you in for a surprise? Vegemite is evil. It's evil? Odin, it's like Marmite. What's Marmite? That stuff is salty. Make a sandwich. Okay, you make a sandwich with it, says QWERTY. Men at work. Lick the Vegemite. I don't know if I could lick the Vegemite. It's yeast extract, says Peabody. So what does it go on? Does it go on a sandwich? No, not chocolate. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's a spread for bread. Okay, spread for bread. Gotcha. Stevie says that is a kookaburra. Yes, kookaburra. Kookaburra is right here. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Rosetta says, the Lady Thor is offensive. These people would stain their pants if they saw me in the guy's late night streams. Most likely. But anyway, I got some Vegemite. Taste it, Odin. All right, I don't have any bread near me, but ooh. Ooh. Oh, no. That is salty. Gosh. It's good for toast. Put it on toast, says Peabody. Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to throw up on air, so I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, God. That's just, ugh. I'm guessing it's not meant to be eaten raw without anything else. Better on toast with a light spread of Vegemite is great. Butter on toast with a light spread. Okay, so put butter on and then put Vegemite, I guess. Man, Orange Eye Review says, men at work, man down under. She just smiled and made a Vegemite sandwich. God. Oh, my God. I'm about to think it would... Darkstar, Captain Darkstar says, I think it has a beef-like flavor. I wouldn't say beef-like. I would not say that's beef-like, dude. Concentrated yeast extract. Mineral salt, malt extract. Oh my gosh, dude. What is that? Can we have a live stream where Odin just tries new foods? Yeah, I don't know if that'd be a good idea because if I were to eat this, I would probably barf. Because just that like little like thin layer on my finger has my mouth watering for wanting to vomit. Let's see what we got. Will Gentry says, yeah, try it on toast. You might hate it, but it's an experience you'll be glad you had eventually. Really, Will? Peabody says, it's salty. I didn't mean you to eat it. I do, but I know Americans don't like it. I wouldn't have said just stick it on the shelf. Okay, Peabody. I might try it on toast at some point when I don't have anywhere to go. But keep this in mind. I have not thrown up since I was in 4th grade, so I don't really want to start now. But thank you, dude. I really do appreciate it. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So my kookaburra has a friend. It's little Chewbacca. What's going on, little Chewbacca? What's going on, little Chewbacca? There we go. Boom. Little Chewbacca hanging out. Yeah, bud. Fits perfectly. Super says, liking Vegemite is kind of an Australian superpower. Oh, is it really? How? How do you do that? B vitamins for vitality. What does that even mean? You may prefer Marmite, says Cupcake Keep. What's Marmite? What's Marmite made out of? Rosetta Allen says, hey, I have a Chewy like that on my K-Ring. Nice. It's so cute. He is so very cute. Captain Darkstar says, I made a Volt sandwich, Vegemite, lettuce, tomato sandwich. Captain Darkstar. Why would you do that? Will Gentry says, yeah, it's one of those things where you want to be able to look back and say, yes, I had a Vegemite on toast and it was revolting. Really? Why would anyone want to do that to themselves? Why? Bruce says, I think Love and Thunder is the name of my... Oh, God, Bruce. Oh, man. Oh, boy, what is this? Hungry Jacks. Yeah, that's right. Hungry Jacks. And more Aussie money. Dude, thank you very much for the Aussie $10 super chat, man. Thank you. More of this weird plastic Aussie money. I still don't understand it. I love it. But he also sent me the Australian version of Burger King is called Hungry Jacks. Notice it's got the same logo and everything, but it's Hungry Jacks. That burger looks good. I need that burger to take care of my... Belgian chocolate lava cake? I wish we had that. That sounds delicious. Barbecue cheeseburger, small chips, and small drink. That sounds pretty damn good, too. Damn, man. Oh, look at all those coupons. Look at all those coupons, man. So I guess I'll have to flame grill Whopper. So, yeah, it is a Burger King in Australia, and it's called Hungry Jacks. Hungry Jacks sounds delicious, by the way. That sounds freaking delicious. Peabody says, the Chewy I had for over 10 years in my car, put him on your console. Aw, thank you very much, Peabody. I appreciate that, man. Look at that. He's happy. He's very happy where he is. Let's see. Soul says, I heard that in Picard's show, his dog is named Number 1. Can you imagine Picard taking the dog out saying, Number 1, I order you to take a number 2. Cupcake Geek says, it's the same thing, tastes different. Okay. Genesis says, Voltan is raping Chewy. No, he's not. Voltan is keeping watch on Chewy, all right? Get your head out of the gutter, Genesis. Rosetta says, I think he owed you after suckering you into tasting Vegemite. I thought about warning you, but thought the face would make it entertaining. I was right, by the way. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed. I'm glad that you enjoyed my pain. Micah Wood says, Jane Foster, as far as the comics go, after the War of the Realms event, Thor is back of the helm, but no confirmation on whether she's no longer All-Mother of Asgard, but now she's Valkyrie. Wait, she was called an All-Mother, and she's a Valkyrie? That doesn't work. She's a human being. That's not how any of this works. Super says, how is the plastic fit into the paper on that bill? I don't know. I don't understand how it works either, dude. I have no idea. John Wheeler says, oh, did you hear that Miss Michigan had her title revoked? Yes, I did. It's awful. It's awful. The wokeness is real. McCarthy says, hopefully Hungry Jack isn't depressing like Burger King. Darth Burrow says, Marmite is disgusting. My fellow Brits love it, and I can't stand it. Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything that I would enjoy. David Woodburn says, Jane Foster is in a What If comic in 1978, wielded Mjolnir instead of Donald Blake. That became Thor, and she called herself Thordis. Oh, interesting. Okay. But again, that was a what if. That wasn't like, I don't think, canon, right? Bruce says, Howard, I'm flummoxed Odin. What? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, back into the package. Let's see what we got here. All right, it's got, I heard there were wabbits, and I missed breakfast, so I caught the next plane. Oh, boy. So this is for our rabbit chat when we do our movie night streams and movie morning streams. Yes. So we got someone who's ready for wabbit season. It's a oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, man. It's an Ewok. It's an Ewok that looks like a wabbit. Buh, it's wabbit season. Buh. Oh, that's great. Does the Vegemite taste like Suri? CF Production says, yes. Yes, indeed. It does. Donovan says, Cats is better than Avatar. Yes. Rosetta Allen, female Thor was not canon 2014 either. You know? Oh, really? Okay. I did not know that. Super says, oh, I know you don't know how they do it, but I mean, what does Bill feel like? Like it's wedged into a paper or something, stuck into it? Yeah, again, it doesn't make any sense to me. Wabbit season. What's your favorite breakfast? I'm curious. I personally love scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, and grits. That's my ideal breakfast. But yeah, we got a wabbit for wabbit season. Buh. All right. And looks like we got one more. All right, I think this is the last thing. All right, let's see what this says. I have come to find my... Oh, my goodness. I have come to find my rose. Poe kept touching my butt. Hashtag me too. What? Oh, man. Aussie Rose Tika finally has a friend, everybody. Aussie Rose Tico finally has a friend. And it is... and it's Aussie Finn. We've got an Aussie Finn in the chat right now. Aussie Finn is here. Oh, thank you so much, man. I can't wait to have him meet Aussie Rose Tika. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be very awkward, to say the least. Oh, man. Thank you so much, man. All right. Back to the chat. I'm going to try and watch as many comments as I possibly can. Mr. Peabody, huge shout out to Mr. Peabody. Thank you so much, man, for sending me those care packages. It really does mean a lot. Though I will say this much. I will smite you for sending me this Vegemite. Good Lord, man. How do you eat that? How do you do it? All right, I'm going to scroll up in the chat as much as I possibly can. Let's see. Lisa Tino says, can we have a live stream where you try new foods? Got that one. Nico Blue Star Woke. Don't trust Australians when it comes to food. Oh, calling out Australians there. Super says, liking Vegemite is kind of an Australian superpower. You may prefer Marmite. Rosetta Allen says, hey, I have a Chewy like that on my keyring. Bruce says, I think Love and Thunder is the name of my... Got that one already. Darth Morrill says, Marmite is something British people have. Soul Assassin, I heard that in Picard. Got that one. Same difference. Rosetta Allen, got that. John Winkler, got you. Darth Morrill says, Marmite is disgusting. My fellow Brits love it, but I can't stand it. Orange Review says, is it appropriate to Marvel focusing on character sexual preference in a movie that's made mostly for younger teenagers and kids? Here's the thing, Orange Hat. That's the whole point. They are literally trying to shape the minds of society, both the young and the old alike. And they're doing it by trying to normalize certain characters. That's why don't be surprised if we don't get our first trans character in the future, because, again, it's all about normalizing. Cupcake Geek says, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood out in the U.S. this week? Yes, it's out this week. On Thursday should be the premiere for that. Rosetta Allen says, I am so very sorry, so very, very sorry. I'm just sore and moody, and misery loves your company, all teasing aside, you rock. Well, thank you, Rosetta. I appreciate that. Grandmaster Yudo says, what is offensive? Well, can it be that Disney have ruined the Norse mythology and the Scandinavian folklore? The legend of Thor is learned about in school over here. F you, Disney. No, I think that's a good point. The only thing I would say is that this is talking about Thor as a comic adaptation, and I do think that gives them a little bit more leeway to be able to play around with it, since it's specifically a comic character based in Thor mythology, based in Norse mythology, and I think that's how they're able to justify it. But you can only make so many changes. You know, I think that this is a step way too far that just does not make any damn sense. Let's see. Ungoliant of Avatar says, Thordis was in What If Comics. Can't wait for Wolverine was Lord of Vampires or Thanos join the Avengers, since those are all great movie ideas now. Sounds great. Interesting. Super says, I got that one already. Senate says, yeah, Marvel crapped the bed in the War of the Realms Marvel crapped the bed in the War of the Realms event. They changed the wording of Thor's hammer to get the diversity in. I remember that the images were shown in a Bounding in the Comics article that I was reading. And yeah, so basically the words changed from he shall possess the power of Thor to she shall. And then after that fact, it went to they, or it went to a gender neutral term, so that way they could open it up. Rosetta Allen says, forget the Wabbit season. We need SJW season. Bruce says, I said Haura. I flummoxed Odin. What's Haura? I don't get that. Dave Woodburn says, yeah, Jane Foster held Mjolnir for a short time, and Odin made her give it back to Donald Blake so Thor could come back. It wasn't canon either. Ooh, gotcha. That makes sense. Cupcake Geek says, what's grits? It's corn. It's a corn-based product, and it's delicious. It's corn. You got some butter. You've got normally just a little salt and pepper makes it perfect, and it's so good. It's a southern United States food item. You have it in other parts of the world, or rather other parts of the states too, but it's most common and most famous as a southern dish. If you want to see a movie reference to grits, watch My Cousin Vinny, because they have a whole thing about grits in that movie. And it's pretty freaking fantastic, I would say. Donovan Martin says, seeing Cats over Star Wars, anything besides Star Wars. I agree, Donovan. That's why, at the very least, I'm buying a ticket to Cats. Alex McCarthy says, bacon and grits are the best. Bacon and grits are so good. You don't eat Spam with your breakfast, says CF Productions. Bleck. No, hell no. I'm not a Spam guy. This is a Spam-free household. Darth Morrill says, we have a new Jussie Smollett with a new Erica woman. Funny thing is, the man that she accused of being racist towards her is a Democrat. Yeah, they're eating their own now. She was exposed to be a fake, and now they're eating their own. And it's so amazing how one tweet from Donald Trump can somehow make the left go insane. And I don't think they realize that they're going insane. Cupcake says, would there be an English equivalent of Vegemite? I have no idea if that's what you're talking about. Mikey Wood says, are you fond of the Fraser breakfast, tossed salad, and scrambled eggs? I don't like salad. Scrambled eggs sounds delicious, though. I don't eat veggies, which is why Peabody sent me the Vegemite. Sticky V says, what MCU character would be the worst as a female version? I know there are making almost every female, but which one would fail the hardest? So he's asking which MCU character would fail the worst? Female Iron Man. I honestly believe female Iron Man. Ironheart, I think is what her name is. And the reason why is because she had one of the largest falls in the comics. You can actually go, and I think it actually may have been Gary that covered it. He showed how many copies the Iron Man arc sold that led to the introduction of Ironheart, and then the following Ironheart debut, like the official Ironheart debut with her own comic, and she compared it. He compared it to the opening day of that, the opening month of that, comparing it to comparing it to one of the lowest months for the Iron Man comic that had pre-established it, and it's night and day. No one was buying it, even on that first day. Tina says, did you see that Disney World had an issue? Woman punched a Disney employee at Tower of Terror cause she didn't have the right ticket. No charges filed. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous that Disney does not try to protect their guests. This is really making Disney look even worse than what they already are. We should be able to feel safe going into Disney World, not, oh, I might get punched and I might not be able to file charges against someone. Now, I will say this much, Tina. That might be a case where they had the option to file charges, but they chose not to, because that's what happened with the fight that happened at Disneyland. None of the parties wanted to file charges, which I don't think is a good enough reason, because I think if you're going to publicly assault somebody with other people around, you are then putting other people in danger, and the state should get involved and should hold them accountable. Rosetta Allen says, I always oppose race, gender, and sexuality swapping. Unlike SJWs, I am consistent. I'm always against it too. Always. Because it just... At the end of the day, if you want to make a character, if you want to build a franchise, and you want it to be representative of certain groups, go ahead and do it. But don't take pre-established characters and flip things around, because if you were to start from scratch, no one would buy it. You want to know why they're having to do these things? You want to know why they're having to change these characters in the way that they are? Because they know if they made a new original character fitting the criteria, fitting the woke criteria they were trying to check off their list, they know it would not succeed. They know it would bomb at the box office, and so they would much rather take an Iron Man or take a Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel. They would rather take all these other properties and say, oh, we're just going to piggyback on the success of these franchises, put our wokeness in, and then, yeah, it might not be as successful, and yeah, people might push back against it, but at least we'll make money, and we'll still be able to push out our agenda, and the mainstream media is going to protect us no matter what we do. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. Cupcake says, it's so disrespectful to Chris Hemsworth. I agree. Westy Kid says, do you think they will race Ben Fantastic Four? Well, they've already done that, so it would not surprise me if they did it again. So, yeah. I would say that it's definitely something that they could do. Though I don't think they're going to do what they did in the other film, where one was white, one was black, and have them be like adopted. I think instead this time it's going to be they're going to have a specific race represented, and it's going to be the brother and sister are both going to be the same. Rosetta Allen says, Jane Foster is the one and only characters as shoehorned and political as Captain No Brains. Seriously, hating her more and more every single day. I mean, they give us reasons every single day. Orange Review says, from what I remember, Jane Foster became Thor once in What If series back in either 80s or 70s. It was a one-shot. Yeah, exactly. So someone already mentioned that she became Thor in a one-shot, and it went nowhere. She was then made Thor in 2014, and it also went nowhere because nobody was interested in that character change. Isn't that interesting? No one's interested in any of this political nonsense. Rosetta Allen says, what hurts so much with these stupid people making up racism issues is there is a legit issues and those of us who have dealt with them because harder to be heard and believed. Yes, exactly. So Rosetta Allen speaks from her own experience being of Native American ancestry about how she has seen it firsthand. She has seen racism. She has seen oppression firsthand. And yet all of these people try and basically cry racism and bigotry day and night. And what they're doing is they're twisting something that's not there, that's not present, and they're making it worse for people that are actually going through these things. Justice Smollett is a great example of that. That was a total hoax. He made it up. And what did he do? Now there are more people likely to doubt a person if they come out and say, I was attacked. I was the victim of a hate crime. And let's say they were actually a victim. It's now going to be where people are going to be much more hesitant to believe that person, which I don't think is a good thing. Now, I think that we need to take every single case on a case-by-case basis. I don't think we should automatically believe someone just because they're of a certain race or just because they're a certain gender. No one should be... Here's the thing. Believe all women. No, screw you. Believe anyone that has a credible allegation and investigate. That is the truth. If you have a credible allegation, speak, investigate, and then we find out the truth. This whole, believe all women nonsense is just that, nonsense, because there are women who lie. There are women who spin the truth. There are women who want to go out of the way to tear somebody else down, because we see men and women can be very vindictive in this way. So don't believe all women. Believe women who have proof and follow the evidence. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Bruce says, sorry, my bad. Spelling was meant hurrah. Hurrah, okay. Frasier breakfast is euphemism, says Mackie Woods. Okay, I'm not a Frasier person. Cupcake says, no, I meant grits, but I guess there is now the UK version of Vegemite is Marmite. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what it would be called in the UK. I don't know if y'all have it in the UK, to be honest. Grandmaster Yoda says, why was face of the MCU not on Phase 4 map? Sorry, Phase woke. I mean, why was the face of the MCU not on the Phase 4 map? So some people are wondering, why was Captain Marvel 2 not on the official release calendar? The reason why is because she's going to be in Phase 4. It's just going to be in Part 2 of Phase 4. And I think the reason why is because they know that if they were to put her in an isolated movie that's not connected to something bigger, it would not do well. And so my guess is that in the second part of Phase 4, it's going to be Captain Marvel 2, and I could see them doing it again. It'll be Captain Marvel 2 and then the next Avengers film. And they'll have it close. And then they'll try and do the same exact thing they did this time, where they try and get the hype behind the next Avengers film to try and boost up the box office numbers for Captain Marvel, because they know that Captain Marvel could not stand on her own without getting a lot of help. Just go ahead and look to the reviews of audience members coming out of the theater. It was not a positive experience for a lot of people. It was very mixed at the very best. Genesis says, it makes more sense to get punched at Tower of Terror. Yeah, what? It makes no sense to get anywhere. So it says, SmackDown at Toontown Part 2. What the Disney, what the F? Tina says, the Disney employee got punched, so Disney came covering it up again. Okay, gotcha. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah, Disney needs to start being investigated, because this is starting to become commonplace, and that's a problem. Darth Marvel says, James Bond, Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Marvel, Terminator, victims of SJW culture. How long before they destroy the Lord of the Rings or God or the Godfather? Well, Lord of the Rings is already taking place because they already have the Amazon series. Now, it's not woke yet. However, it's an opportunity. So whether it's woke or not, Gary's going to be covering it nonstop. I know I'll be covering it because I love Lord of the Rings, and I really hope that the show is good. I'm looking forward to the show. But yeah, it really is just, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And I hope that they don't go woke. But if they do, I will be calling it out. All right, D-Live people, don't worry. I did not forget about you. I'm very, very sorry. Woofu Mike, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Will Gender says, like I said, Vegemite and Marmite are very much acquired taste. You could grow to love it, but you'll have to hate it at first. See, that reminds me of the people that said, oh yeah, beer doesn't taste great, but if you get used to it, no, screw you. I'm not going to eat something disgusting to the point where I get used to it being disgusting, because at the end of the day, it's still disgusting. Water Sheep, R.I.P. Water Sheep, no, not Water Sheep, no. If you watch PewDiePie, you understand the reference. Oh no, Water Sheep. His Minecraft series, PewDiePie's Minecraft series, has been freaking golden. I look forward to those episodes every single day. Jeb. Poppyton, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the diamond, man. It says, go get those Blu-rays, Rosa Salazar Alita. Yeah, that's true, guys. If you don't know, Rosa Salazar was asked at Comic-Con several times if she had a message for the Alita Army, and every time she said, go buy those Blu-rays. And don't worry, we did. We did, and people will be picking those up tomorrow. Captain Darkstar 57 says, Captain Darkstar says, shrimp and grits. Frank says, thank you for the ice cream. I appreciate it. Frank says, cheese grits rock too. Cheese grits. Cheese grits are good too. Will George says, do not see cats. Have you not seen the trailer? Those things are downright scary. Yeah, that's the thing. Why not go and experience the stuff of nightmares? The best version of the Cats trailer, by the way, is set to the music from Us. Holy crap, it's perfect. It's so great. And it actually makes me want to see Us again. Because I actually enjoyed it. Peabody says, Vegemite is available in the UK. Ugh. Disgusting. Will Gentry says, it's the same with me, with the Me Too movement. It helped at first, but it's been co-opted by bad faith individuals who have made it harder. Yeah, Will Gentry, you're exactly right. Because the Me Too movement, and it's still true, there are still pockets of the Me Too movement that are legitimate, where it's all about bringing forward these cases. The problem, though, is the solutions they're looking for are non-existent. What solutions are they looking for? We need legislation. There's already legislation on the books to deal with this. What we need is education. We need to teach men and women, if you get raped, immediately go to get a rape kit, because then, guess what? The rapist is going to jail for a long time. But instead, we are not trying to educate, and that's what's causing all of these problems. Peabody says, your Ewok's name is Tebow. Okay. I like Tebow. Little Tebow. Is it like Tim Tebow? Look, it's little Tim Tebow. I'm a wabbit. Captain Mr. Roy. Captain Roy, thank you very much for the 5 ice cream, man. Captain Roy, thank you for the diamond as well. You're freaking awesome. I love you, dude. I love you. Will Gentry says, Captain Darkstar says, Captain Marvel 2, riding in on coattails to a theater near you. But Captain Darkstar, I think that's going to happen. I think that they're going to have that movie once again ride on the coattails of a better film. Just going to be honest. Will Gentry says, yeah, it's kind of like beer in that way. You'll grow to enjoy it if you force yourself. But the question is, do you want to? Again, if I have to force myself to like something, no thank you. That's not a good time. That's not a good time. Okay, that's not a good time. Peabody says, the yeast extract from Vegemite is a byproduct of fermenting beer. Ugh. Will Gentry says, the Cats movie is to me like Vegemite to you. You haven't seen the movie. You can't speak to that. You need to see the movie first. Dion, thank you for the ice cream, man. Frank the Bunny, thank you for the ice cream as well. All right, heading back over to my YouTube peeps. Sierra Productions says, Disney won't charge these people at their parks because they're afraid of being called racist and sexist. Stop being politically correct, Disney, and actually enforce the law. How about that? Cynical Centrist says, I pulled over on the side of the road to send this. Gonna need you to disavow pepper grits. Pepper grits? I love pepper in my grits is delicious. Salt and pepper in my grits is so good, especially when they're bland. If they're delicious, I don't need salt and pepper, but if they're not, I need pepper in my grits. 70B is back. What's going on? Tina says, yeah, the guest was from Chicago, the one who did the punching. The Orlando Sentinel tried to contact them, and they wouldn't talk, but hey, Disney's banned them for life. Yeah, we banned them for life, so we took care of it. No, you didn't. They committed a crime. They should be going to jail, or at least pay a fine. The Senate says, if Marvel wants diversity, bring back Storm to have her in Black Panther. She had Black Panther as a love interest. Really? There was a Storm Black Panther love interest? That's interesting. Darth Maul says, I've got a bad feeling that the new Lord of the Rings Amazon show will be a complete woke fest. I hope not. I am hoping and praying it's not, because if it's not, I'll enjoy it. And I would love to have another series. Hayden Vickery says, what are the odds the brother and sister in the next Fantastic Four will be Asian? China is the most important box office. Well, I think the reason why they might not is because they already have Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi is going to be their huge grab to try and get the box office from China. I hope that the Chinese audiences look at that and say, oh, you're pandering to us. We're not going. Because that would be amazing. Rosetta Allen says, also remember that people don't believe anyone white. My mom was almost beaten to death as a teen on the res purely for race. That's ridiculous, Rosetta. David Woodburn says, even with the characters that are female, like She-Hulk and Carol Danvers in Marvel Comics, they try to make them more masculine and less feminine in how they were drawn. Exactly. Exactly right. Because they think, oh, this is what it should be. And it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with a woman looking feminine. There's nothing wrong with a man looking masculine. Oh, but the women are being sexualized and the men aren't? How many shirtless dudes do you see in comics? How many times do you see bulging muscles? If that's not if that's not the same thing, just different body parts in different areas, I don't know what else is. But again, they're all hypocritical. They're all hypocritical in this. Sierra Production says, believe all women, then use that mentality in the case of creepy Uncle Joe Biden. Yeah, exactly. Believe all women if they have the same political ideology as you. That's what it should say. Believe all women if they're Democrat. Believe all women if they're a liberal. Believe all women if they're a communist. Believe all women if they're a socialist. But if they're not, then, oh, we can't believe all women then. No. Cobra Viber 999 says, Rolito was released today in the UK. The Steelbook is sold out, but Captain Marvel is still everywhere. Cobra Viber, thank you very much for letting me know that, man. Yeah, and it's not surprising. Captain Marvel is still, leaps and bounds available. You can find copies anywhere pretty soon. I'm imagining they're going to try and give the damn stuff away. Alita came out today, already selling. Already selling. Ken B, what's going on, man? Greetings from Southern Europe. What's going on, dude? Peter Hand says, is it true that Fight Club 2 is set at Toontown? Steven Jackson says, Throwdown in Toontown, the movie, followed later by a sequel and a remake. Cupcake Geek says, did you have any weird customer experiences in your previous job at AMC? Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. There were a lot of stories that were better than mine, but yeah, there were a lot. There was one person who I worked with who walked in after a movie on a couple that was having sex in the theater. And even when he was standing over them, they wouldn't stop. He had to, with his broom, poke at them to tell them to stop. Luckily, again, that was not me. I dealt more with just the craziness. So the craziest night that I had was there was a movie that was in the last time slot before our curfew, not allowing anyone under the age of 18 in without a parent or guardian. And basically, that's always the worst showtime because that's the movie that all the teens buy. And at my local theater, the teens buy tickets so that they can just run around to different theaters and hang out with their friends and talk on their phones. It doesn't make any damn sense. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. But one time, almost half the theater was made up of these kids. And we had to shut the theater down. We turned the movie off, and we had to basically barricade so that they had to leave. They had to exit the theater. It was awful, and it was terrifying at the same time, too. Alistair Carthy says, if Lord of the Rings goes woke, we know Josiah is going to have words. Oh, for sure. Absolutely, man. He's got a sword. You don't want to mess with that, man. Genesis says, what? You're supposed to be scared at the tower. What's scarier than fighting for your life? Cobra Viber 999 says, you should check out the trailer for The Witcher. I have no interest in The Witcher. I've never seen The Witcher. I don't know what The Witcher is, so I don't have any interest. I'm not a gamer. Sen says, my younger brother, he's 14, just discovered he doesn't like old films because they have bad CGI. I hope when he's older he isn't an idiot. This is lunacy. No, I mean, that is pretty bad because here's the thing. There's bad CGI, but then there's CGI that's good for the time. And hopefully he understands the difference one day. The Shiado says, USPS did send me a solid, got my Steelbook on Friday. Dude, Shiado, that's freaking awesome, man. Congratulations. Senate says, not seeing Cats or Rise of Soy. I'm going to wait for Jumanji. Nice. Jumanji actually comes out before, I think. No, never mind. It comes out after. No. I don't remember when Jumanji either comes out before Star Wars or after. Drive Moral says, over in the UK, our disgusting prime minister wants to make it legal for pedophiles and sex offenders to adopt. What the hell is happening to my country? What the hell is happening to our world, dude? It's insane the lengths that people will go to accommodate for mental illness. And this is like mental illness is one thing. This is like really severe. This is mental illness that leads to the abuse of children. And I was talking to someone earlier about this today. I honestly believe that we're going to come to the point in our country and in the world where now you have everything being pushed for trans rights. Not going to be long before you start to see people getting pushed for pedophilia rights. Not lying. It's going to happen. And if you say, oh, that's crazy. You know what people said 10 years ago? Oh, trans rights, that's crazy. You know what people said about 30 years ago, 40 years ago? Gay rights, that's crazy. It's amazing how things are crazy and then one day become normalized. And obviously, I think that with the trans issue, we've kind of reached that point of, okay, seriously, this is ridiculous. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse because now you can't even say that a man is a man and a woman is a woman without being demonetized, banned for life from Twitter, etc. Jim Mike says, did you see Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers in Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? It looks good. I'll probably go see it. My favorite movie is John Wick, so I was saying a lot for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably go see it too. Actually, I'll have to see, is it a Disney movie? If it's Disney, I'm not going to see it in theaters, but I might watch it. I like Tom Hanks as that kind of a character. I think that he'll probably do a pretty good job with it. Too many. Dion, think the ice cream. Frank, the ice cream. Will Gentry says, okay, the cats themselves are like Vegemite. The thought alone makes me cringe. Captain Darkstar says, since I couldn't get Alita Steelbook, I got the limited edition collector set. Nice, Captain Darkstar. That's awesome, dude. Mr. Peabody says, just remember, it's Aboriginal dream time. You have to have Kookaburra to wake up the sun to get it to rise every morning. Okay, I gotcha. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that. Captain Darkstar says, everyone sing in unison. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. You're so true. Alex says, bland grits are yuck. Grits should never be bland, never. Okay. I agree, Alex. I agree. Super says, not sure when they did it, but Storm and Black Panther also got married. Interesting. Bruce says, I just now watched the Cats with us music. Now that movie I would watch. Oh, I would too. If it was a similar plot to Us, but with cats, that would be freaking terrifying. Sticky V says, if you had one opportunity to get a message out to masses regarding our current way of life, what would it be? Wake the hell up. Wake up. Wake up and accept reality. Rosetta Allen says, it is the same when women drool over muscle-bound men. Yes, we view them as man candy and objectify them. Both men and women are objectified. Does that make it a good thing? No. But don't try and act like it's some rare thing that only happens on one side, because it's not. It's not, and that's not how it happens. All right, let's see what we got. C Production says, but what if it's a Democratic woman accusing another Democrat? I mean, I think that speaks for itself. Senate says, yep, Storm and Black Panther had a relationship in the comics, plus Storm is an amazing character. Yeah, which never really happened in the X-Men films. Nicholas Allen, I think the fact that Marvel Studios is not willing to commit to Blade being rated R is a red flag, number one. I agree. Oscar Garley says, thoughts on Jay and Silent Bob reboot? I thought the trailer was fun. I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Do they need to be making one? No. Is it going to be bad? Potentially, yes. Does it have some potential? Sure. Is it a movie that I'm going to see? Probably. Because I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So, Rosetta Allen says, when I was in fast food, a coworker had people come up to the window while giving oral to each other. She asked them why they couldn't wait for the meal. People are nuts. I just love how the response was, why couldn't you wait for the meal? I think one was getting the meal already. God, that's awful. David Whitburn says, yeah, what do you think why do you think most women went to go see Aquaman? Because of the character, not because of Jason Momoa had his shirt off most of the time. Here's the other thing, too. It's one of the few times in a movie that over half the audience was female. Most movies, especially superhero films, don't have that type of discrepancy. It's normally overwhelmingly men, but that film, mostly women. Why do you think that's the case? It's not because they liked Jason Momoa's acting skills. My own Valkyrie can affirm that that is not the case as to why they watched it. Rosetta Allen says, I will answer the question. Yes, we women watch Aquaman purely to drool. Yep. Phantom Man says, don't they say movie theaters are haunted or at least really creepy? Do you think any stories about that? No, because I don't really believe in the hauntings and stuff. I obviously, as a Catholic, I do believe in like possession and things like that, but it's not the way the movies portray it. It's a lot more of a, it's a lot more of a down-to-earth approach, as down-to-earth as a possession can actually be. But ghosts and stuff, no, I don't believe in that at all. Because I believe that when you die, your soul and body are separated. And I don't believe that the souls just randomly chill out. I know people like to show their evidence and such. It's just not something that I really buy into. John McCarthy says, John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. So sorry. I have Raw Reunion on. Will not say anything. I know that John Cena was rumored to come back, though. So, and his name is John Cena. Andy says, CGI still hasn't produced anything better to look at than Blade Runner. Yeah, I would actually say there are only there are only like a handful of movies that I think have CGI that last. I would put Blade Runner up there for sure. I would also put Jurassic Park up there also. I think Jurassic Park's CGI holds up very well. Cupcake says, it's mad the UK is banning plastic straws next year. Of course they are. Of course they are. Senate says, Tom Hanks should play Uncle Ben in an MCU film. G-Monkey says, it's made by Sony, Mr. Rogers. Good. Well, then I'll definitely go support it. Soul Assassin says, the movie Demolition Man predicted this. We need Sly Stallone to save us from the wokeness. Darth Moral says, I completely agree this is scary because it's also begun happening. A woke company in Europe tried to justify pedophilia as a sexuality. I believe they are called TED Talks. Wait, TED Talks did that? There was a TED Talk that did that? That's insane. Yeah, and they are trying. They are trying to join the movement. Cupcake Geek says, that cat trailer, though, freaky. I agree. Tina says, NAMBLA has been pushing for pedo rights for years. They wanted the age of consent lowered to 6 or 7, 30 or 40 years ago. That's insane and disgusting, Tina. And guess what? Get ready, because some countries are about to go in that direction. 70B says, do you miss the pup-pups? I do miss the pup-pups. I do. It has its nice moments because I don't have to worry about getting them outside and feeding and all that other stuff, so it allows me a little bit more free time, but I am also still not, I do miss them. I miss my poopas. I miss my poopas a great deal. I miss my poopas a great deal, yes. Alrighty here. We're going to have to start to wrap things up. Let me go over to my D-Lab people really quick. Let's see. Will Gentry says, that's why me and Nerdat were arguing with someone about pedos and birds of prey. He was defending it to the hill while we were saying it was unnecessary, and we keep seeing it in movies. It will normalize it, but he just wouldn't listen. No, exactly. Like it's amazing to me that people will defend it, even if it's like, well, they're not saying it's a good thing. It's just a part of his character. It's like, yeah, but if you have it on screen and you have it on screen enough, it becomes normalized. And if it becomes normalized, then eventually you have legislation saying, oh, you cannot ban this from happening, or you cannot say anything against this relationship. Because guess what? Then you start to get into parents' rights issues as well. Oh, I'm not going to allow my son or daughter to enter into this relationship. And then all of a sudden it says, oh, you're not allowing them to be who they are. It's already happening with kids being taken from their parents, or in some cases, courts ordering other parents who are divorced to pay for sexual reassignment surgery when they're only about 10 years old, between 8 and 10 years old. That's sick and disgusting, and that's abusive. Get ready for that to start happening in these other cases, too. Let's see. Killing is for kids. Thank you for the follow. Frank the Bunny, thank you for the ice cream as well. Will Jenny says, we've already banned plastic straws here in some places. Went to McDonald's the other day, and they had paper straws. It was awful. How? A paper straw? How does that even work? How does that even work? That's ridiculous. Rosetta Allen says, you like Jay and Silent Bob? Okay, you are nuts in a good way. I love Jay and Silent Bob. I think that the comedy in that movie is freaking gold. I think Clerks 2 might be one of my favorites of the modern era, though, as far as his movies are concerned. Darth Morrill says, sorry, they're called TEDx. Okay, I was about to say TED Talks. That seemed a little bit too mainstream. TEDx, and they tried to justify pedophilia as a sexuality. It's begun happening. God, that's ridiculous. Forever Sci-Fi says, have you seen the Midway trailer? Not yet. Tina says, Jason Momoa N300. Yes, I like rubbing it in like salt on the wound. I won't stop, says Tina. Suicide Grunt says, it doesn't make sense to make violent, edgy characters like Blade and Deadpool kid-friendly. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't work either. Rosanna Allen says, I don't believe in ghosts. I do believe in spirits and the supernatural, but in our faith as a Christian, it would say not to mess with the spirit world. Oh, for sure. That's the thing, too, is that you don't want to open yourself up to demonics, because that leads to possession. So it says, yeah, you're right. My theater for Aquaman had so many women I didn't mind. They were hot, says Senate. Okay, gotcha. Rosanna Allen says, by the way, paper straws actually create more plastic and more waste and take down trees that are needed for air quality. Eco-nuts are idiots. Yes, they solve one problem and then create a bigger problem. CW Trixie says, even though the CGI has aged quite a bit, both Reboot and Beast Wars had great stories behind them. Yeah, I remember those shows. Those were great shows. I like those shows. Mikey Wood says, pedos want to be called MAPS, minor attracted people. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I hate when they come up with their own terms, because not only is it disgusting, but it's also infuriating. I prefer to be called a MAP. Minor attracted, that's disgusting. Senate says, I don't think I want to live on this earth anymore. Someone colorized the moon already. Colonized the movie. Yeah, seriously. Darth Morrill says, you people are nuts. Our government has a concerning heart towards sex offenders. If you comfort them in public, you can be in prison for years. God. Let's see. Dean High says, sorry for jumping in late. What did I miss? You just got back in time for the giveaway that I'm doing for my Patreon and Subscribe Star peeps. Cupcake Geek says, solve this riddle. A monkey and a sloth are racing up a coconut tree. Who will get the banana first? The monkey. Rosetta Allen says, pedos should be called eunuchs. Yes. I agree. All right, guys. So, P.Y. says, new Midway trailer looks great. Mandy is in it. Okay. Cool. Darkstar57 said we had a paper straws a long time ago and they worked fine. Okay, I got you, Captain Darkstar. Will Gentry says they're like paper and this nasty kind of wax coating. It doesn't. It goes soggy before you finish your drink, says Will Gentry. Gotcha. Will Gentry says, didn't you know maps and no maps, no contact maps are all over Twitter? It's disgusting. That is awful. All right, so I have a giveaway currently going on my Subscribe Star on Patreon, which leads me to something I need to talk to with my Patreon members. So I received an email today from Patreon that I cannot offer giveaways through Patreon. It's against their terms of use. So I've already updated the tier, and I just want you guys to know they're still going to happen. I'm just not calling them giveaways, and I'm going to be handling it a little bit differently. We're going to have to be a little bit more sneaky about it. But basically, you'll see that you'll get, in the Patreon tier, it says, you get access to things not in the previous tier. Those things you get access to are giveaways. Now, how we handle the giveaways is obviously going to be a little bit different. And of course, this is all allegedly, of course. So Patreon, if you're for some reason stalking my channel, allegedly this is happening. I can neither confirm nor deny. But don't worry, the giveaways will still continue. They just won't be nearly as open and public about it. I will let you guys know as soon as I find an alternate solution. However, one way that you can make it easier on your end is to become a Subscribe Star member, because Subscribe Star, it'll charge you right away. You don't have to wait a month. But also, you're instantly available for giveaways, all right? So if that's something you want to do, you get access to the same things as you do on Patreon. I know it's a different format. I know that you're probably also following other channels, and so I know it might be a hassle. You do not have to leave now. I'm not getting off of Patreon at this point, but I just want to let you guys know that it's going to be a little bit harder to get you guys in on the giveaways rather than on Subscribe Star, because Patreon decided to be a complete ass about it and say, oh, it's against our terms and conditions, and you cannot offer that. Okay, great. Well, anyway, because I already had a giveaway set in place, I have the names of all the people that entered into the giveaway, and the giveaway item for tonight for my Patreon Subscribe Star peeps is going to be a Blade Runner 2049 4K edition, and this is all packaged together, Blade Runner The Final Cut. So you get both Blade Runner films, one on 4K, one on Blu-ray, and you get the Final Cut version of this film. So I have the people from Subscribe Star and the people from Patreon here as well. Also, do not go away. If you are not a Patreon or Subscribe Star member, don't go away, because I'm also doing a second giveaway tonight, and it's going to be for something that I talk about a lot on this channel. So on Prime Day, I ended up getting an upgrade to my current setup, and that means I've got an Amazon Fire Stick TV to give away. This is the regular This is the regular edition. This is the one that was available for $15 on Prime Day. It is a 1080p stick. It is completely wiped because all my information's gone, so you will have to sideload your own apps on there. But if you win, you can email me, and I can send YouTube videos your way to show you how to get them set up. So keep in mind, though, if you want to access this, as I do allegedly, of course, you might want to invest in a VPN. I recommend my own personal VPN because it helps the channel, but there are other good VPNs out there that might be cheaper, and I would just say better to be safe than sorry, and that's what my thought about that. So again, I'm going to be giving away a Fire Stick TV, and this is going to be open to all the regulars on the channel. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive giveaway. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive giveaway because I can't transfer it over to DLive. But for DLive, for my DLive peeps, I'm going to be giving away, because I don't want y'all to be completely left out, I'm going to be giving away a copy of John Wick on Blu-ray. All right, so doing a few different giveaways tonight. And the first one's going to be for Subscribe Star Patreon members only, and then the second one will be for YouTube. The third one will be for my DLive peeps. So DLive people, please do not go away, because there is going to be a John Wick Blu-ray giveaway for you guys. All right, so I already have you guys put in a list. So the winner. So the people who entered in, and you don't have to be here. So if these people aren't here, they automatically win just because it's the way that I do that on Patreon Subscribe Star. I just figured I'd announce it, and so let you guys know this is like the 4th or 5th giveaway I've done on Patreon Subscribe Star, and I still want to do more. So if you want to be eligible for any giveaways of Blu-rays, 4Ks, Steelbooks, etc., please become a Subscribe Star member. I would recommend, because you get instant access to any active or live giveaways, but also I can't do giveaways the same way on Patreon as I once was able to do. But anyway, so we got some nominees in here. So we got J-Rod, Darkstar57, Tina, Rosetta Allen, Force Ghost Jeremy, and Dean Heiss. They were the only ones that were able to enter in before I closed it off. And so therefore, the winner of the 4K of Blade Runner 2049 and also the Blu-ray for Blade Runner The Final Cut is J-Rod the Beer Guru So congratulations to J-Rod, the beer guru. I will contact you because I don't know if you are watching tonight, but because you are a Subscribe Star member, I will message you for you to claim the prize. And so if you're listening back to this at all, just make sure you keep attuned to your message, and I will send that to you out as fast as I possibly can. So congratulations to J-Rod, the beer guru, who's one of my guys that watches over on DLive. Will Gentry, yes, please no double dipping. So choose which one you want to enter into and then stick with it. So no double dipping at all. No bathwater, I'm disappointed, says John Winkler. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't give away bathwater. That's creepy. So congratulations to J-Rod, the beer guru. I will contact you as soon as the stream ends to try and get you set up with that. All right, but now time for the Fire Stick giveaway. So this will be for regulars of the YouTube channel. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, how I do giveaways. And if you know how I do giveaways, then you know what I mean by regular chat. So let me go ahead and get my chat bot up and running for this giveaway. And this will be for one Fire Stick. Again, completely wiped. So you'll have to start from scratch, but it's a great piece of hardware. It's Android-based, which allows you to sideload apps, and these apps allow you to access certain TV shows and movies, allegedly. And of course, I'll send you links to find out how to set this up properly, and also give you advice as to which apps I think work best and how I personally use the item as well. All right, so let's see. Where is the giveaway option? Giveaway. Let's see. Fire Stick. Fire Stick. Fire Stick. I would recommend, if you want this, you might need to... It should work in any country, but it would probably work best in the US, I imagine. But obviously, I'm not going to stop you guys. All right, so just like previously, the ticket cost, this one's going to be a little bit higher since this is a piece of tech. So it's going to be 100 cookies per ticket with a max of 100 ticket items. And just like before, it's going to be enter exclamation point, but let me just reset this really quick. All right, and the giveaway is now open. So, guys, if you are on YouTube, if you are currently on YouTube and you wish to enter in for a chance to win an Amazon Fire Stick, again, Amazon Fire Stick, put enter exclamation point, a space, and then the number of tickets you want to buy. All right, max is 100 tickets, 100 cookies per ticket, so make sure you have enough to get them. I will read off the people as they enter in that have been officially entered into the contest, okay? So if I don't read your name, it means that you didn't do something right, and I would follow the people that have been read off to follow what they did. If you put in more than the cookies you have, it's not going to show up properly. So anyway, Frank, I got you for 100 tickets. Tina, I got you for 100 tickets. John Winkler, I got you for 3. The Senate, I have you for 7 tickets. So again, it's 100 cookies per ticket, a max of 100 tickets, and this is all for an Amazon Fire Stick. 70B, I got you down for 100 tickets. Bruce, I got you down for 100 tickets as well. So make sure you just follow along with everyone in the chat. So the Senate did it correctly. And remember that you must be a regular on the channel. I will check your hours to make sure that you are a regular, and if you are not, then a second name will be drawn. So again, if you're not a regular on the channel, that's the only time that you won't. And don't worry, if you don't win, I'm not sure if it takes your cookie still or not. I think it still does because it's a giveaway, so it's like a wrist thing. But don't worry, it's free. It's all free anyway. Antoinette says, cookies. Yeah, so I have digital currency that my bots keep track of for everyone that watches live streams. And so basically all it does is it keeps track of how long you've watched the stream, and then you gain cookies for free just by watching the streams. If you donate money, you get a bonus in addition to the cookies that you're already going to get in the first place. And that's how it works. And so I use that as a way to do giveaways, so that way it's not just random people that I've never heard of before entering into streams. Let's see. Bruce, I got you for 100. Peabody, I got you for 10. Mikey Woods, I got you for 9. Beats of Angels, I've got you for 100 tickets. I got you for 100 tickets. Will Jenny says, well, damn it, not enough cookies. Guess I'll have to miss this one. Oh, I'm sorry, Will, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. David Woodburn says, Odin, have a good night, brother. David Woodburn, you have a good night too, man. You have a good night as well. You have a good night as well, my friend. Teresa Martin, just put exclamation point cookies. No. Teresa Martin, you put a space after. That's why. So if you want to check your cookie count, exclamation points cookies. All one word. And it'll show your cookies. If you want to enter, you put in enter exclamation point, a space, and then the number of tickets you want to buy, with its 100 cookies per ticket. So Dion, I got you for 100. Super fan Adam Shawhan, I got you for 1. Super fan, don't you double dip. Don't you double dip on me, super fan. You've already put in. You have already put in, super fan. Oh boy. I do not allow double dipping, super fan Adam Shawhan. That's nefarious. Yeah, so Antoinette, as you can see, you have 5.92 hours. Your cookie count is 1180, so that means that you have you can put in for a couple of tickets because it's 100 cookies per ticket. Man, yeah, Antoinette, so enter exclamation point is one word. Enter exclamation point is all one word. You then put a space, and then you put in the number of tickets you want to buy. Make sure you don't go over the cookies you have, or else it's not going to count. All right? So if you only have 100 cookies, you can buy one ticket. So you would put enter exclamation point 1. Hopefully that makes sense. I am going to be closing it in a second. Brad Noble, I got you in for 1 as well. It's dishonest low even, says Tommy. Dishonest low? What does that even mean? You were showing Brad Noble. Okay. Well, don't do it again, because you could have done that on the main channel, and it would not have added any extra cookies to your vote count. So, Antoinette, I got you down for 10. Antoinette, I got you down for 10 tickets. All right. So I'm going to put this in the chat. By the time I say these words, it's going to be past it because of the delay, but 30 seconds remaining. So 30 seconds from that moment in the chat, it will be closed off. Teresa Martin, I got you for 10. Alex Martinez, I got you down for 10 as well. And now we've got 20 seconds remaining. And if there is an error on entering in, there's nothing I can do about it, and all I can say is I'm sorry. But this is also free, so I think that you guys can put up with that. I think you guys can put up with that. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So remember, there's a delay. So if you say, oh, but you were still counting, there was a delay. That's why I said before I put it in the chat. But it has now been closed off. All right. And there's going to be one winner of the Fire Stick TV. And the winner of the Amazon Fire Stick TV is going to be Beats of Angels. Congratulations, Beats of Angels. Claim your prize. Beats of Angels, claim your prize. Beats of Angels, where are you at? Where are you at, Beats? Claim your prize, Beats of Angels. Claim it. So, Beats of Angels, you've been watching for a while, so I know that you're a regular already. So, you need to email me, odinsmovieblog@gmail.com, within the next 20 minutes or so that way I can get you set up. Just give me all the information I need is just to confirm that you are who you are, and then an address that I can send this to. Yeah, huge delay, Beats of Angels, I know. So congratulations, Beats of Angels. So again, email me, and then I will send you this. Just make sure you send me the information that I need as far as where to send it from. So congratulations, Beats of Angels. All right, D-Live people. D-Live people, I didn't forget about you. I did not forget about you, D-Live people. All right, so D-Live people, what I need you to do is if you're interested in winning John Wick Blu-ray, I need you to put a 1 in the chat. The people with putting 1s in the chat are going to be entered in. If you are a regular, if I recognize your name and I know you've been here for a while, that's how it's going to be, all right? So don't try and put anyone else in. Just care about yourself. Just put a 1 if you're interested. All right, Dean Heiss, Peabody, and we're going to pick right after, all right? So, Bots, Darkstar, Mr. Roy, Will Gentry, Dan, I don't recognize you, Dan. Can I, if my mods on DLive can confirm that he's been here for a while, then I will put his name in. But I do not recognize that name, Dan, or Iguanodon. Again, you have to have been a regular on the channel before. All these other people are always in the streams. I don't ever remember you even leaving messages. So let me know, good peeps. Let me know, good peeps. Don't remember that name. I don't remember it either. So again, Aguandan, so sorry. We don't recognize your name, man. But that does not mean you're not welcome here. Try and get active in the chat a little bit more for a couple of streams. And if we do another giveaway, I'll make sure that you are entered into the running. All right. Anyway, so the winner of the Blu-ray edition of John Wick is Dion. Congratulations, Dion. My brother. What's going on, Dion? Congratulations, good sir. You know what to do. Email me, odinsmovieblog@gmail.com. Send me your address so that way I know where to send it to. Congratulations, every person that won Beats of Angels. Congratulations again on winning the Fire Stick TV. Congratulations on that. Congratulations to Dion for winning the Blu-ray of John Wick. And congratulations to J-Rod, the Beer Guru, for winning my Patreon Subscribe Star giveaway of Blade Runner 2049 and Blade Runner The Final Cut. I'll message you, good sir, in a second. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. I'm actually going to jump on a podcast with a friend of the channel, John Flickinger, the Flickpick channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's freaking awesome. And so, yeah, I'll be featured on his podcast. So stay tuned to that. If you're not a patron member of his, I recommend it because he has a really great podcast. He normally does it with a guy named Crazy Jason, and it's just freaking hilarious, man. It's awesome. So I'm a patron of his, so I recommend if you like him too to become a patron of his as well. And if you are a current Patreon member, keep in mind that the tier has changed. The wording of the $5 tier has changed a little bit. It says that you have access to exclusive content that is not otherwise available for previous tiers. Giveaways are still going to happen. They just won't be able to happen on the platform. So I will get you guys posted on how we're going to handle that, whether I just send you guys a message and have you guys respond back, whether I ask for an email address and say anytime there's a giveaway, I just send an email out and then let you guys know when it closes, or whether or not it just be in the Discord. It might be easier to do the Discord. It's just to say, if you're interested in giveaways, join the Discord, and there will be a specific channel just for giveaways for my peeps. And then that way you can tell me if you're interested in any giveaway or not. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing is the Discord. So I'll try and send that link out tonight or tomorrow. Just know that, unfortunately, Patreon has decided to be a total asshat and say you can't do giveaways anymore, which does not make any damn sense. Subscribestar does not have that same problem. So if you want to still be supporting the channel and have access to it and not have to join the Discord channel, you can go through my Subscribestar and it will be much easier for you. So let me give a huge shout out to all of my Subscribestar peeps first. So a huge shout out to my subscribers over there: J. Alex McCarthy, US 888209 Fast, Fan Addicts of Film, Force Ghost Jeremy, Dean Heiss, Harold Francis, Filmy Professor, J-Rod the Beer Guru, Christian J. Murr, Texas Kayla, Rolando Scarfullery, Nebadan G. Adams, Andreas, the K-Man, and Brandon Blick. And also a huge shout out to my July patrons: Albertus Magnus, Animation Commentator, Baptist 702, Brian Peak, Chicago Joe 47, Darkstar 57, Delete System 32, Dion, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Entertainment Hacker, Frank the Tank and the Shahan Weeder Dog Clan, Harold Francis, The Hunka Chunka Funkin' Monkey, Inflame Wood, Intertrap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, JJ Jonathan Jerembeck, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mitch Dunaway, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Orange Chat Reviews, Outpost Dyer, Reef Magos, Rosetta Allen, Shenglong, Sir Lancelato, Theodora, Theodore Benden, the DJD Show, Those Two Ball Guys, and Tina B. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people, and I freaking love you guys. But yeah, Subscribestar is indeed the place to be. You can find the Subscribestar if you're trying to find it on DLive. It's available in the Bot's Broken. There you go. That should be able to get you to the right place. Whoop. Never mind. I've got the wrong link in my description over on DLive. So hold on. It's pretty easy. Subscribestar.com/OdinsMovieBlog. It's going to be like that for almost any website. There we go. That's the correct link. That's the correct link, because that other one's broken because it's not having the full name. Anyway, so thank you very much for that. Let's see. Tina says, I'm going to switch over and donate through Subscribestar, I guess. I already have an account set up on that. Yeah, Tina, don't worry about this month. So this month is still taken care of. But I would say for next month, I would recommend switching over. So I would say wait until the end of July, cancel, and then become a member on Subscribestar instead, because I just think it's going to be much better overall. Cubgiggy says good night. So guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Seriously, you guys are freaking awesome. Tina High says, what was that podcast you're going to be on? So his name is John Flickinger, or the Flick Pick. So just look up the Flick Pick on Patreon, on YouTube. He's an awesome dude. I love him. I've been following him for a very long time, and he invited me to be on, and I'm very honored to be invited onto the podcast. And so just stay tuned to that. That should be starting pretty soon, and very, very excited. So it should be up on the channel, or rather, it should be up on his Patreon page over the next day or so. So very, very excited. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Darkstar says he's switching in August. Yes, thank you. Patreon has just shown itself constantly to be just a hassle for a lot of content creators, which is why Jeremy just canceled Geeks and Gamers a long time ago. I didn't cancel it because I don't want to go away from people that only use Patreon, for example, and I'm never going to force people to make that decision. That's why I just want to let you guys know, full disclosure, what's going on, why the wording has changed. I still plan on offering giveaways to my people, and it's going to be through the Discord, and I'll send out a message over the next couple of days. All right? So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. If you won tonight, please make sure you email me. I might not be able to email back right away, but it would just be very helpful to have all the information that I need, so that way I can take care of you guys. So if you're over on DLive, stay tuned, because I'll be filling the chest as I normally do at the very end of all my streams. You guys are freaking awesome. Huge love and shout-outs to Stephanie and Tina in the chat for being my awesome Valks. You guys freaking rock. You are the lifeblood of this channel. Guys, thank you for watching. I will have a live stream tomorrow night. The one-man low council will indeed happen tomorrow night. The timing might change because my parents want to take me out to dinner, since I am leaving for Tennessee halfway through the week, and then also leaving for good Monday. So they want to make sure they're able to bring me to dinner one last time before I move, and so that could potentially affect the time for tomorrow. So stay tuned on Twitter or on the Discord for that. It'll be maybe early, between 4 and 5 Central Standard Time, or it'll be right at 6 and have to end early. I'll, of course, keep you guys posted as best that I can. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, God bless.